Hello, this is Faith at Faith&books. Welcome to my channel. I just want to say thank you to Jason at Byways and Bookland for giving me a shout out. So I got some new subscribers, which always seems odd to me that anyone would subscribe to me babbling, but I welcome anyone who wants to join in the conversation. So I had plans to do all sorts of different videos, and none of them have worked out, and I'm running out of time. So I'm just going to do the tag that I got from Joey at Game of Authors on the favorite character adaptations in movies. And I think this is originally from a channel that I was unfamiliar with, but I've since subscribed to, called Seeking Stories. They're a pretty new channel, and they have some lovely content. So I'm enjoying them. And I think I might have similar taste in books to them. So this tag is called the book character to movie tag. That might not be the exact one, but I'll put the questions and the links to both Joey at Game of Authors and Seeking Stories in the description below. So the first question is, who are your two favorite book to movie character adaptations? And my favorite book and my favorite movie is To Kill a Mockingbird. And I think that Atticus Finch, the way he's portrayed by Gregory Peck, is absolutely perfection. He just did such a wonderful job. So that, to me, is the ultimate best adaptation of a character to a movie. My second choice was when I watched a Game of Authors video, and I would happen to be sitting at the table with my husband. I asked him, well, what do you think are your favorite character adaptations? And one of the things that we came up with was Mrs. Bennet in the 1995 Pride and Prejudice adaptation. But that's what they picked at Seeking Stories, so they took my pick. But I think that that adaptation did such a good job with the characters. I really liked Mr. Bennet. I thought he was a hoot. I thought he came off as funnier, because in the book he's kind of wry and odd, but I think his personality for me kind of woke up in that adaptation, and I sort of could connect with him a little better, and found him genuinely funny. But also Mr. Collins. I think I'm gonna pick for my second Mr. Collins, because he was a hoot in that adaptation. He's funny in the book, but the guy, what's his name, David Bamber, I think just did a really, really excellent job with Mr. Collins. So that's my second. All right, then the second question is, who are your two least favorite book to movie character adaptations? And I had trouble with this one, and I know that I must have so many because I'm very picky, and so there must be, but I just couldn't think of any. The only examples I could think of were movies that I was so turned off by the way the character is either cast or represented that I couldn't even watch the movie. So I have two plus a bonus here. The first dreadful adaptation from a great book was The Scarlet Letter and Demi Moore playing Hester Prynne. Boy, was that horrible. I could only stand a few minutes of watching that before I had to turn it off. Really, really dreadful. Then a few years ago, I tried to watch the movie Troy, and there was a scene, I think it was Orlando Bloom, or no, I think it was Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt, it's towards the beginning of the movie, and Sean Bean comes in, and he just acts circles around Brad Pitt. It was just such an obvious deficit on the part of Brad Pitt's acting ability that I just turned the movie off. I just thought, this isn't going to work. So Brad Pitt, as whatever his role, what was he? Who was he in the movie? Orlando Bloom, I should have looked this up. was Paris, but who was Brad Pitt? Was he Achilles? Maybe he was Achilles. Yeah. Really bad. Couldn't stand it. And then my bonus one is a few years ago, I watched maybe a half an hour of Mansfield Park, where Frances Moore played Fanny Price. And I thought she came off as this modern girl just dropped into the 1800s. I mean, it was just anachronistic in the way her whole carriage and she just didn't fit. It just wasn't authentic. It didn't convince me that she was just, I thought she was miscast as Fanny Price. So those were the least favorite book to movie character adaptations. Then the third question I give two, but the question itself says which movie characters most improve upon the book's characters, and I gave two. And I think that pretty much everyone in Jaws was nicer and a better character than in the book. I saw Jaws, when it came out ages and ages ago. Great movie. I was scared to death of water for ages, but it was a really well done movie. And so then I was inspired to go read the book. And the book is so trashy. The people are unlikable. You don't really care whether a shark eats them or not. And so I think Spielberg really improved on all the characters in Jaws where you actually care about them and like them, find them likable. And so that would be one. And the second one is Mary Poppins. Because if you read the Mary Poppins books, at least the first one, to tell you the truth, I was never a big fan of the books. She's odd and kind of mean. I didn't find her that appealing. But I think that Julie Andrews in the old Disney movie just does an incredible job with that character. The characters of Mary Poppins in the movie is much, much more charming than the one in the book, who I find a little bit disturbing. So those would be my two choices for that category, character most improved. So I'm just going to tag anybody. If you please feel welcome to go ahead and run with this tag if you want to. And that's all I'm going to do for now. I hope to have, I've been studying my Latin a lot for my Latin exam. And that's where I'm really putting a lot of my effort. So I haven't completed any book this week. I'm just chugging through some, the Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. So I think I'm going to do just a brief video about that when I get 25% through on my Kindle. Like quarterly, I'm going to do a review because it's such a massive book, and it's not a novel, of course. It's history, so it's very dense with facts and stuff. So I think for my own benefit, to help me retain what I'm reading, doing a quarterly recap would be a good way to go with that. And then I'm going to do another video on the other book I'm reading, Romula, by George Eliot. And I'm only about 20% through that, maybe less, almost 20. But still, there's some stuff I want to talk about there. But I just need a little bit more time, and a time where I know I'm not going to be interrupted, because right now I'm taking a chance. Any minute somebody could walk into this room. I don't know why I can't record when people in my family are listening to me. Anyway, so that's it for now. Thank you very much, Jason, for the shout out. Welcome to everybody. Thank you, Joey, for the tag. And I hope you are all doing well, and I will talk to you later. Goodbye.